does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to be talking about By the Rights, the movie pitching party game from Literally Wizards. This is for 3 to 10 players, ages 14 plus. It'll take about 30 minutes to play. And in By the Rights, the movie pitching party game, this is going to be another large group party game in which one person is going to be the judge and everyone else is going to try to make the judge laugh or think or cry. But this one is different in that it has a very hardcore, I want to say hardcore, not really, it has a storytelling aspect, which many of you know I really enjoy. I love movies, I love storytelling, I love big group party games, so this should be a no-brainer great game, right? Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think about it. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what's going to get inside of By the Rights, the movie pitching party games. First of all, we're going to handy dandy rule sheet, one page, double-sided, but actually you're just going to need this part right here. It says you can teach it in under a minute. I would agree. It is a very well done rule sheet that will have you up and running very quickly, and I can teach you how to play right now. So in By the Rights, this is another one of those party games in which one person is going to be the judge. In this game, they are going to be the producer, who is going to have $20 million in which they can make various different movies. How they're going to decide which movies they make and who gets the $20 million is going to be based on each player taking turns to pitch their own movie using these 4 cards out here. So the 4 different cards you're going to get are genres, which are, 2D animated, 3D animated, action comedy, anime, chick flick, fantasy, so on and so forth. Next, you're going to have descriptors. Now, this is going to be something who describes the hero. Stress-eating, narcissistic, cross-dressing, hard-headed, undercover, so on and so forth. So it's just going to be a descriptor of the blue cards, which will be the heroes, biker gang, middle school vice principal, archaeologist, garbage person, member of Congress, so on and so forth. And then, of course, you're going to have the green cards, which are the plot of the movie. So, saving the world from an alien invasion, getting bitten by a radioactive beaver, inheriting a malfunctioning robot from an eccentric uncle. Lots of stuff here. I mean, as you can see, there are lots of cards in this game. So, what you're going to do is each player is going to take a turn going around the table making a movie pitch. But unlike some of the other popular card games out there, like Cards Against Humanity, you're not just setting out 4 cards all willy-nilly like, oh, it's an action, robotic, blah, blah, blah. No, this one, you are allowed and encouraged to actually fill in the gaps, give them more details about your movie. And even the producer is allowed to ask questions about the movie, get the back and forth going. I'll show you what I mean. So, at the beginning of each turn, you should have 2 of each color card in your hand. So when you start the game, you're going to have 2 of each color card. Let's see if I can get a good one right here. All right, so documentary, an action movie. So this is going to be an action movie about, what will it be about? About a robotic hitman who, okay, my movie, if you're ready. It is an action movie about a robotic hitman who joins a street gang and falls in love with its leader. But here's the catch. They know they're both from different worlds. It'll never work because she's a human and he's a robot. But then, oh, there's the big twist at the end. We find out that the robot actually aspired to be a chef. He wanted to work in one of those new McDonald's they have in New York City and just serve people burgers all day. But then he fell in love with the street gang leader when she came into McDonald's one day to use the restroom, and he dropped his life of being McDonald's robot chef in order to pursue hitmanery, and he joined the street gang, which is why he was a hitman, and he confessed his true feelings to her, and in the end, they run away from the street gang. They put this elaborate heist out here, and they steal all the gems, or do whatever the heck they do, and then they escape to Belize, and they start up their own soup and salad restaurant. It'll be called Robot Soup, a story of betrayal, murder, and love. Coming. Probably February. Yeah, February is when they drop most of the crappy movies. Coming February 2018. So that would be my pitch. Then the producer could ask me any questions about it if they wanted to. Then the next person would make their pitch. The next person would make their pitch, so on and so forth. Once everyone has had a chance to pitch, the producer can split up the $20 million however they see fit. If they really, really like one of them, they can just be like, bam, 20 million on you. Or if they like 4 of them, because maybe you're playing with a lot of players, you can be like, bam, 5 million for you, 5 million for you. So they can spread it out however they see fit, which, well, I'll talk more about that in pros and cons. I really do like that concept. So then everyone's cards are going to go into the discard pile. You will draw back up to 2 cards. The producer will move to the next player, and then you will rinse, wash, and repeat. Once everyone has had a turn to be the producer, you count out how much money you have, and these are cards, by the way, and whoever has the most will be the winner of Buy the Rights. And that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alright then, Buy the Rights, the movie pitching party game from Literally Wizards. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game is not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. If you're not in the market for a party game, you're going to want to look elsewhere. Also, if you do not like storytelling games, I'm going to tell you to steer clear of this. If you or your game group doesn't like telling stories, this game will fall flat. This is not a Cards Against Humanity game where you can just set down 4 random cards. It will not be funny, the game will be terrible, and everyone will feel awkward and ashamed, except for the one person who does try to storytell. Good for you, Craig. I'm assuming the person that tries is named Craig. So if you have a lot of people who are introverted or don't like telling stories or aren't very creative in that aspect, this one will not be for you. Another con that I have with this game, and it's not a big con, there are a few cards sprinkled in here that might be a little bit risque. They're not too bad at all, but it's the kind of thing where it's like, it's a little bit awkward because Grandma or little Billy are over there. You could easily take those out, and I don't think there's more than a handful of cards in there that are like that, but it is something that I did want to mention. If you're not in the market for, a large group party game where there's a judge and other people try to make the judge laugh, and this one obviously is not going to be for you, but you probably already knew that. Any other cons I have with the game? No, I really can't think of too many other things that are not obviously cons about this game. Moving on to the pros, I can easily recommend Buy the Rights, the movie pitching party game, if you're in the market for a storytelling party game. It's just that simple. And this is going to go on my shelf, and this is going to be one that I reach for quite often, I think, when I'm in this kind of situation. So what do I like about this game? First and foremost, I love the concept of creating movies. I'm a big movie buff. This has always been a theme that I think is cool movie making. And this one, it really gives you a lot of choices. There are 100 of each of these cards. There's tons and tons and tons of replayability. And then just the way the cards work together and how you can make the humorous concepts or concepts that don't seem humorous, but then the fact that you can fill in the lines with your brain just makes this game excel for me. And I love how it's not so final. It's, most games like this, it's like, all right, you get the point because you had the funniest. You were really super close. Like, I really loved your story, but his was just a little bit funnier. Or maybe he told me after you told me yours, and so I picked his, or some baloney like that. I really love the concept of being able to split up the money. I like both yours, so here's $10 million for each of you. I think that is a really cool concept that I wish more party games like this did. I'm actually kind of jealous I didn't come up with it myself. And the fact that it works thematically is even better. That's one rare thing, especially with party games. Most of the time, party games have no theme whatsoever. They just don't say anything. Wits and Wagers, there's not much theme there. This one actually has a theme, and surprisingly, it really does come across. When you are the producer, you can ask somebody questions about that. And the best games we had of this were when people really grilled people hard about their movie. Because in real life, if you're spending $20 million on somebody, you want to know these sort of things, and it can create all sorts of hilarious situations. So overall, Buy the Rights, the movie pitching party game, I think is an outstanding, not a great, not a good, an outstanding large group party game if you have the right group for it who wants to get into a storytelling mood. I think a lot of role players are really going to dig this game hardcore because it just lets your imagination run wild. And one thing that I would say, just a little house rule that we play with 3 cards instead of 2 cards, just opens up your choices even more, which I did like as well. But overall, Buy the Rights, the movie pitching party game. I hope this gets really popular. I hope it has a big blue box like that other big popular party game, because this one, it is definitely a home run in my book. Buy the Rights, the movie pitching party game, one of my new favorite party games storytelling party games. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know if you could make a movie about anything. What would you want it to make it about? For me personally, I would love, throw everything out the window. I want a battle royale style movie, but with like James Bond, Batman, because he's not a superhero, but he does have cool powers. Maybe throw in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just all these awesome characters that are out there that are not too overpowered because they're just humans, well, except for the Ninja Turtles, and then have them in like this battle royale style thing where they all fight to the death, and they'd be like these cool alliances this form, and then maybe you could have a story arc where the Ninja Turtles break up, and I think that would be super duper cool. It never happened because it'd be illegal to make it, but anywho, that would be my ideal movie. What would be your ideal movie if you could make any movie in the whole wide world? Let me know about it in the comments below, and as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.